Let's bring in Craig Copetas, a former Moscow and Paris correspondent for the Wall Street Journal. It's good to see you again, Craig.
Hi.
So you have covered, obviously, politics in France, and, we know that there are there's a lot of people there, a lot of Muslims communities. They're not fully integrated as well. But when you see something like this, where a woman is stabbed inside of her home, and now you have the interior minister using the word exploded when it comes to the number of people arrested, 486. There's something different going on today. What would you say, Craig, is sort of spiking this, and maybe just the boldness of these people thinking they can act like this?
Well, there's a couple of things. About 3 hours ago, the French Interior Ministry said that they have evidence that a lot of this anti-Semitic theatrics going on here is being done by Russian agents, and they're investigating this. This has been confirmed by the Interior Ministry. As for why it's happening here, well, what can I tell you? All human activity right now at this precise moment in history, higher education in the European Union and America is the one engine most likely to give rise to this ignorance, pomposity, and fraudulent expertise we're seeing spewed out about the situation in the Middle East. Anti-Semitism is the fuel of totalitarianism. Certainly that's been the case in Europe. What you've had here for the past number of decades is the far-right party of Marine Le Pen, who has been a friend of Vladimir Putin, has been very anti-Semitic. She, a few days ago, turned on a dime, and she's now supporting Israel, which has been considered here a textbook case of political opportunism.
Yeah, well, obviously, in the wake of what everyone's seeing, with the, attacks in Israel and the issue there, it is that people do want to support Israel there. And I do want to widen the conversation, bring in someone also to talk about this, Roger Gewolb, who's a geopolitical economics trend expert, who I'm sure you know as well, to talk about sort of this surge in anti-Semitism. It's interesting, as you just heard Craig talk about the connection with Russia, perhaps instigating all of this. There obviously is not just a concern for what's happening on the ground, but the wider context of the push and the real through lines behind some of this, the funding of it, Roger, the goal of it, the anti-West mentality.
Yes, well, they just revealed on the news in the last 15 minutes here that it's been confirmed that half of the organizers of the big demonstration this Saturday, the really controversial one, are affiliated, support Hamas, actively support Hamas, and that one of the organizers is a former Hamas leader. So they're trying to decide, they're having an emergency meeting right now, trying to decide whether to ban this march or not. And I think that if it were me, I would let the march go ahead, because from a policing viewpoint, they have said they'll hold the march away from the sacred ceremonies here, and 2 hours later, I'd rather have those people in an area that is policed than have the march banned and have them running around loose all over London.
Well, clearly, it's a developing situation there. In the next few hours, we'll be learning more about, hopefully, that attack in Lyon where the woman is stabbed, and they're searching for that person as well. We have a news conference here, you gentlemen probably heard, coming up in minutes, about an elderly man who is dead after going to a protest in our country. So unfortunate and sad all around here. But thank you so much for your perspective, especially what's happening in Europe and the rise of anti-Semitism. It is abhorrent. Roger, Craig, appreciate you both being with us today on Newsline.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.